Welcome back, everybody, to Two Guys, Three Crowns, the podcast about what it's really like to live in Stockholm, Sweden. Join me, Sean, and my fellow American Rodney as we explore the good, the bad, and the just plain weird. Oh man, look at my life. I'm a lot like you were. Y'all ready for this? Like, where's the t-shirt cannon? Poof.
I like it. So
we're going to skip right over top of all the Swedish Spotify drama and get right to the Rodney Spectacular.
Let's do my instrumental. Dun 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 dun.
You're going to have to send me the link to this song after because I still don't know what you're talking about.
I'm pretty sure it's either from the 60s or the 70s, and it's like it's kind of like what's that called? The Battle of the Bumblebees. It's
called
like
Flight of the Bumblebee. First of all,
that one too. But like college bands at games, not just football. I was talking to somebody the other day about sports, and we were talking about baseball because I'm doing some work with baseball in Sweden, and we started talking about baseball back in the States, and we were talking about things that we kind of miss.
Yeah,
and
like there's no crying in baseball.
Yeah, but we were talking about just sports in general, like high school sports, college sports, because none of the school rivalries, since there's no sports in school here.
Yeah,
really,
it's weird.
Then there's no real big rivalry. Some of the colleges have started with like indoor American football in like the stadium or inside their auditorium, and then one side dresses all up in their t-shirts and the other side. It's okay, but it's not that genuine, rivalry that's been.
Yeah, there's not like the kind of Hogwarts kind of thing, everyone wearing the colors of the schools and all that stuff. You don't have that not at all.
Like these like football rivalries that have been going on since the Pilgrims got there and stuff. I mean, it's like,
Well, that's like when we moved to London, I had people telling me like, I don't understand, like you for this team and this team and this team.
Right.
What do you mean and? You don't get an and. You get one team that you root for. And it's football, right. European football, and you bleed those colors and you live and die by that team. I'm like, whoa, guys, you're a little serious for me here.
Yeah. They're like, come on, Sean, let's get your tattoo.
I know, right? Ah, it's crazy.
So it's like we're on sports maximum kind of stuff going on.
For everyone at home, Rodney has got the reddest red, I'm guessing that's fleece, zip-up hoodie I've ever seen. He's got red and gold beads, like 1-inch beads, like hanging around his neck.
These are kukui nuts.
Ooh,
these are like they're Hawaiian kukui nuts. I got this from my sister. So this is like my mojo. This is my 49er mojo for this evening.
That's the secret. Yeah. And he's got the cap.
Yeah.
He had a cap earlier before we started that had blue on it. And I'm like, bro, you better get rid of that. The Rams have blue. You're trying to be like, you don't want to mess with your mojo. Don't mess with the kukui beads.
No. So thank you very much, Sean, for reminding me and having me go change.
Yes.
So that was
gotta represent.
A good move. But there's all kinds of sports. Sweden is playing France right now. I think I'm going to say European final. That's how bad I am about this.
Which sport?
Handball. It's like a Swedish.
Handball, of course.
Yeah. Yes.
Again, as always, we always get the most obscure sports. Like 'tis the season right now that I can sit down on a Saturday afternoon, like maybe Dylan actually takes a nap.
I wasn't quite sure which sport to root for this evening, so I had my Swedish stuff going on here too.
Yeah, but 'tis the season where you can sit down on a Saturday, and normally it would be like a snooker, but now it's like curling, which is the ultimate beer watching sport. Like more than NFL, get out of here, man. Get out of here. That's all about the gambling and all that stuff. Sit down on a Saturday and watch some curling and just rip through a six-pack. Oh, it's brutal.
Curling. I'm thinking possibly like bowling. Is bowling a...
See, I tried to watch bowling on ESPN2 back in the day, but I could never get into it. But like curling, there's something so like they let go of like the big stone, and then they just freeze where they are, their position, and then everyone with the little brushes.
Yeah.
And it's basically, what's the thing that the old people would play on the pool deck, on the cruise decks? Shuffleboard.
Okay.
It's basically the same thing as shuffleboard, except it's on ice. Yeah. And the stones are a lot bigger. Like the pucks are a lot bigger.
I thought you were going to say limbo, like when you got to go underneath the...
No, but that should be an Olympic sport, come to think of it.
Cruise ship limbo.
Cruise ship limbo. We're turning right, people! Ah!
There we go. Hey, is it cold up there, or is it just cold down here, or is it cold everywhere?
I am avoiding the outside. You have to remember, I've been here now... 2 weeks? I think 2 weeks. A week and a half? 2.5 weeks? Something like that. Bro, I still have Florida blood. Let me tell you. It's brutal outside. It's killing me. With this blustery, windy, like, you don't know if it has stopped snowing or if it's just the wind is kicking up all the snow that's on the ground and on the roofs, and it just looks like it's snowing all the time. You don't know.
No. But we just had, because this is part of a storm front that moved in from Denmark, so they saw this coming and forecasted it yesterday. But and I guess the reason I came in on this was like the curling thing, because everything melted and then it instantly froze. I went up to the car earlier today, and it was like 2 steps forward, 1 step back. It was, I mean, the hazards involved. I went from 54 years old to like 97. I mean, I was shuffling. I was going up the hill, and I was taking little breaks, and trying to find out where the little gravel spots were. And
it's like that old video of the UPS guy trying to go up the icy driveway.
Right. Yes.
Well, I've spent 20 minutes already trying to make it. I am not quitting now. Now,
no.
It's either the sun is going to melt it by March, or I am getting to that car.
Yes.
No sleep till Brooklyn.
Hey, but it's pretty scary out there. I'm still not used to it.
So I think I saw earlier, for the most of the day up here, I don't know about where you are, because different. We're closer to Stockholm, and there's more cars, and it creates ambient heat and all that stuff. So it was -1 for most of the day Celsius. So that's about 30 degrees and a half, something like that. But the wind chill was -8. Ugh.
Yeah.
I guess no -17, but like, no, we can't be having
that. Feels like it's that feels like little thing where it's like it's 0, but it actually feels like -17.
Yeah.
No. Crazy.
And I'm seeing the friends back home in Miami, they're having, so this nor'easter that everyone's talking about in the U.S.
Right.
Has dumped a ton of snow, like 2 feet in Boston, I think I saw.
In like 5 minutes.
Stuff. Yeah.
Right.
In Miami, it's not below freezing, but the wind chill has it like at 29 Fahrenheit, which is about the same, -1, -2 Celsius here. And it's like there's all the news alerts, like on the Facebook updates of like, careful of the iguanas falling out of the trees.
I was just going to say the iguana update, the iguana warnings.
Yes. I'm like, I know there's that old Cuban guy that's like feeling bad about the iguanas. And there's always one every year. He picks them up, thinks he's going to stuff them or they're dead or whatever, throws them in the back of the car and the heater's on in the car. And next thing you know, he's got 20 angry iguanas trying to scrape their way out of the back seat.
You're like, hey, you're not going to eat me, buddy. You are not going to eat me.
Hey, let me tell you something, mate. I am not for dinner. Oh, that's totally how it goes. On the subject of dinner, though.
Ah, yes.
And Miami, I have to bring up a couple topics because since going back to Miami recently, you really feel like when you're in a place for so long, you kind of lose perspective. Maybe that's the word. You forget how it used to be in the other place, basically.
Right.
So we went back to Miami. We were there for a month, supposed to be there for 3 weeks, but then COVID, yada, yada, yada. I had the lobster bisque. But man, that lobster bisque had some salt in it. Everything in the U.S. tasted so salty. I couldn't believe it. First of all, you get your pack of bacon, which there has got like 25 slices of bacon in it. And here, like I always get the one that's like 3 that are attached together to each other.
That has like 8 slices.
7 slices. I've
7
counted.
slices.
It's always
That's what it is. 7.
I'm like, who are we cooking for? 7 slices. It's not. It's a prime number. Who are we doing this for? You can't divide it by anything. Who is having 7 slices of bacon? Like, I don't get it. I don't understand. But with those 20 slices, of course, you have hickory smoked and brown sugar and all this stuff. But man, it's salty.
Yeah.
Super salty. And even like Dylan's of the age now where he's in love with hot dogs. And I'm like, okay, America. Yeah. We're in the land of hot dogs. So I'm like, okay, do I go ballpark Franks, old classic standby, or do I go like a little extra special treat, do the Hebrew National? It's like almost organic, right?
Oscar Mayer. You got some Oscar
Mayer. Oscar Mayer, absolutely not. But I'm like, let's go old reliable. Let's do ballpark Franks. You can't go wrong with that. And I cook them up, because hot dogs are already cooked. It's bologna, basically. So you're just heating them up, and then like I slice them up for him, give them to him, and he takes like one bite, and he's like, it's okay. Like, what do you mean it's okay? You love hot dogs. And I bite one of the slices, and I'm like, my God, it's salty.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. And now we come over here, we're back to the chicken hot dogs, and he's like, this is my favorite thing ever.
This is it.
I'm like, you already ate an entire 8-pack this week. No more hot dogs for you. More hot dogs!
Varm korv.
Yeah.
Varm korv. Hey, but is that something that, like when you came back and you started eating, then were you back to like Swedish salt levels? Is there a...
Well, I would say we never got used to the salt levels back in the U.S.
How was it when you guys lived in London, in England?
Well, they don't really have bacon per se. It's more like ham. Like, imagine Canadian bacon, which is in between, I would say, Spam and a slice of ham.
Okay.
I don't know exactly what it comes from, but it's Canadian bacon, But when they say rashers of bacon, strips of bacon, it's like a thin sliced piece of ham, and you're just like, what is this? And if you want real like American style bacon, you ask for streaky bacon, or what's the other thing they call like pancetta? Like they'll sell, instead of it being like cubed all diced up, then they'll sell you like slices of pancetta, which basically looks like bacon, but it just gets even more crispy.
Right.
And I'm like, guys, it's bacon. This is what bacon actually is right here. But I mean, for the salt levels, I would say it's got to be probably closer to the U.S. because when you found the streaky bacon, there wasn't a noticeable difference. Okay. But again, like being here for so long and then you go back, you're like, whoa.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just crazy. And man, let me tell you, Cheetos, woof.
Flavor?
Can't go back to that stuff.
Okay.
Renata stopped by a certain American store. It wasn't Charles's. It was another American store that she happened to pass in front of. But she picked up a bag of not like the puffy Cheetos, but like the condensed ones that some of them you pick out and it looks like a chicken drumstick. You know what I mean?
Yeah, cheesy. Like more compact.
Yeah, they're more compact. They're thinner. They're more crunchy. Right. Yeah. Same amount of dust that gets all over everything, but like more compact, a little bit better. I used to go for those things all the time. I put one of them in my mouth, and I'm like, I thought this tasted like cheese. This tastes nothing like cheese. This is crazy. This is madness. Who is eating this stuff?
We have moved away from cheese quite a ways. It is.
Yeah, I mean, it tastes like orange powder, is what it tastes like.
Yeah.
Like, you know how,
and of course
like,
the orange is, but with the orange is like supposed to be like cheddar. Like anything orange, it's like it's got to be cheddar.
Oh yeah, always. Yeah. But it's like
the first time I saw white cheddar here. I saw white cheddar cheese. I was like, that's not cheddar cheese. That's not cheddar cheese is orange. I was like, you can't try and sell me white cheddar cheese.
That's the thing. It throws me off all the time, like especially in the UK, because you have in the US you have two very, very distinct cheese sections.
Yeah.
The one cheese section is where you always walk down that aisle because that's where the milk is. Right. That's where the yogurt is. You know, that's like your give me a block of, you know, the yellow cheddar that says, oh, yeah, it's from Vermont. Don't worry about it. It's probably from Vermont. You're like, yeah, man, give me that extra sharp, like American cheddar, like radioactive orange. Yeah. But then there's like the bougie cheese on the other side of the grocery store where you find like your bries. Yeah.
Right.
Your truffle cheeses, like, and then that's typically where the British cheeses are. You know, they're like, oh no, this is cheddar. Mm-hmm. But yeah, going to the UK, that you only had the bougie cheese section.
Okay.
I'm like, no, where's like, I want the Cabot, like bright orange wrapped in plastic 18 times. Like, give me the cheap cheese. Where is it?
Yeah. The kind of cheddar cheese that when you try and slice it, like a chunk always falls off of like the end. You can never really slice that thing. It's like all of a sudden.
Well, you have to get your chef knife out or like the Chinese square like meat cleaver, and then like put all your body weight on it, and then really get into it. That's how you do it.
Yeah. But cheddar cheese here, like compared to regular, you know what they called Hushållsost, or just like regular. I don't even know what you would call it. It's just like a standard cheese. It's like your white, round cheese. It's like household cheese. But if you compare to what the price of cheddar cheese is, I mean, cheddar cheese is actually comparatively more, I mean, it's more expensive than this regular kitchen cheese.
Yes. But I'm like, and throw, like, take that, the kitchen cheese, give me an orange one, give me a white one for your fancy white cheddar kind of day. And then give me one that's white and throw a bunch of like random chilies from God knows where. It could be jalapeno in there or whatever. And we call that pepper jack. That's what we call it.
There you go. No, I don't care how. I mean, these guys have, I think it's aged like 4, I don't know, I guess years, 4 years or 6 years.
Well, yeah, whatever it says on the outside of that jar of aging fluid that they dump inside of it. Age 4 years, whatever,
Like, I don't care how old it is. Just stick it in the bag. You don't even have to like.
It's got to come in a rectangle, like a cube rectangle,
like a brick.
Yeah, exactly, a brick.
Like a brick. I'd like a brick of cheddar.
And it's got to be like, I got to be able to bend it to a certain amount before it breaks. Like, give me that little flex, you know. But like here, you get the block cheese, and you're buying like a kilo at a time, and it's like, whoa. What do you think I am? Some kind of animal?
Right.
Like, I don't need that much cheese. Calm down, people.
That's a lot of cheese.
Half a kilo, okay. You know, I can get by with half a kilo, but a full kilo, come on. Especially in January, we're trying to, wash our waistlines here. Don't be selling
a key of cheese. A key of cheese.
Hey,
that sounds like something.
I come from a place where that could mean a lot of different things.
That could be, exactly. That would be just my luck to get busted in customs. They'd be like, "What you got there?" I got a kilo of cheddar. I could see. I don't know how much. I don't know how much of a fine it would be, but
hey, they're gonna bring out Sven from the back, and he's gonna have a black latex glove that goes.
Yeah, I won't be. Hey, I would not be bringing cheddar back. No, I would rather just give Sven a thumbs up and be like, "Hey, I'm back. Nothing in my bag."
But it's like American cheese. It's hydrogenated soy oil. Like, so we'll just confiscate that for you and let you go eat real stuff.
Textured vegetable protein. There we go.
But man, the other thing I've been having problems with lately is in the grocery store, the fruit. Anything that comes in a bunch lately. I don't know what is going on, but it's happened to a pack of oranges that I've ordered from the grocery store, and at least 2 packs of grapes, especially red grapes. The green grapes, we don't really have this problem, but the red grapes you have to buy in person nowadays, because when you get home, you look all around the outside. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it?
Right.
Like studying the grapes with the most intricate detail. And then you open up the pack at home, you pull out the top bunch, and there it is. Like the weird cobweb of grape mold on the inside. And I'm like, man, another one.
The raisin grape.
No, it's this weird spiderwebby kind of white, gross stuff. And I'm just like, man, I got to throw away the whole bunch. Like, what is that? Yeah. It's all over the place. All the red grapes lately. I'm like, it's killing me, Smalls.
Hey! Did you see my post about I got spam?
Oh,
I got spam.
There is a God in the world. Rodney has a hookup for spam in Sweden. Now you do realize that's probably like an annual order, and you're going to run through the whole thing in like a month.
Technically, they're not here in Sweden.
Oh, I love it. The spam mafia is strong.
Technically, they're not in Sweden. But, so, okay.
So please explain.
For people that have listened.
So again, people have got to check out the Instagram to get the full story here.
Right.
But.
And I'm actually going to post some additional pictures. Ooh. Because those of you that have been around and followed us for a while know that I have previously ordered and gotten spam from the UK, ordered like a 8-pack, and they just basically took this 8-pack of spam, stuck in a box with nothing around it, and shipped it. That thing got so banged up on the way over here that 2 of the cans were opened up.
Well, it's a good thing they didn't mark it as fragile, because then you would have gotten nothing.
But those were the ones that I wrote to the company. I was like, hey, they were open. They're like, okay, we'll send you 2 new cans. Just do whatever you want with the cans that opened up.
Do whatever you want. Oh, what are you going to do?
No, but I mean, I guess they assumed I was going to throw them away.
No, that ain't happening.
Their assumptions were very wrong.
Like, well, it still smells like spam. I can lick it. It's fine.
I'll just fry this corner a little bit longer. No.
Yes.
But this is also this is a company in England. It's an English company, and I saw it and I put it in my little shopping cart, and I'm like, I'll go through the motions. They're probably going to say that they don't deliver to Sweden, and I click the purchase, and it took me directly to the payment screen.
It's meant to be.
So I went running through the house, grabbed my wallet, ran back. I was like, I got to get this stuff in here before they realize, and the Brexit thing kicks in, and they're. Yeah.
Oh God! Hey, I'm gonna little hint: Brexit has already kicked in.
Yeah, but maybe these guys don't know. Maybe these guys didn't get the memo.
Oh God! No. Too funny.
But it was. I'm going to put up pictures because the way that this was packaged. They could have flown over Nynäshamn and dropped that thing out of the plane, and my cans would have been fine. I mean, they were packaged,
ready for the blitz.
They knew how to respect a can of spam, and that was thanks to Leonard. His name is Leonard. There was a guy that actually they put a note in there. It's like, exporting British happiness. Your order was packed by, and he wrote his name, Leonard. So. Way to go, Leonard.
Leonard, a British guy packing spam. Any Leonard, like when you bring up the name Leonard, it's too close to Leonard Skinner. So it's always like, I always imagine some Southern guy, but yeah, my name's Leonard. I packed that spam. Yeah, I did.
Yeah, well,
but this is probably like, yes, my name's Leonard. Of course, I packed the spam.
Well,
did it right.
Judging by Leonard's penmanship, It took me a couple looks. I had to.
It may be a robot.
No, it's definitely not a robot unless the batteries are half dead because it's like
Leroy Leonard.
Yeah. We watched the movie, dude. We watched the movie.
Don't sing the song. You're gonna kill my sleep tonight. I can't.
Okay, I won't.
Rodney sends, for all the listeners at home, Rodney sends me a picture, a text message with a picture. Mm-hmm. I guess you could call it a screenshot because it's basically a video of his TV shot from his couch. Like,
right.
You can see all the wires behind the TV and everything. And there's a certain song about someone's name that begins with a brew and ends with an O.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, I finally watched it. I'm like, I feel so bad for your sleep patterns now.
Hey, we were actually okay with that song. We were relieved with that song. It's the opening number.
Oh,
I didn't know that you could. That one actually got to Veronica because there was a pause in the song towards the end, and she was like, "Hey, if they say Madrigal one more time," and then the song
you have
kicked
like
back in.
100 more to go at that point.
You know, but it was, and then it kicked back in, and Veronica was like, "No!" But, yeah. But it was a good movie. We enjoyed it.
Great movie, classic. Anyone wondering what it's like to be married into a Latino family? Just give Encanto a watch.
Yes, Encanto, streaming on Disney.
Like I texted you, the best of the song that shall not be named is the wife and the husband telling the story of how they got married and the guy that sees the future, blah, 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 no spoilers.
Right.
But she goes, are you telling the story or am I? I'm like, that is life in a nutshell right there.
Is it? That is it.
Oh, amazing.
I'm going to be posting another picture because we're starting to get into the Fat Tuesday zone.
Oh.
And you know what Fat Tuesday zone means here?
That means, what do you call it? Semlor.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
yeah,
baby.
Yeah. We could not wait till Fat Tuesday, so I went ahead and tested this year's batch yesterday. But I took a couple of nice
like
pictures.
Full size?
Oh, we went full size.
Oh,
we actually went. Yeah,
you're an animal.
Yeah, we went full size. Yeah, Adrian was here visiting, so Leonard bought 3 of them for our afternoon fika.
Well, he's so tall he can fit like 8 of them inside, and no one would know.
What's funny is both Adrian and I have beards now, right? So when we got done, there's no way to really eat a semla without getting half of it all over your face.
I mean, there is the strategy where you take off the lid and you use the lid as a spoon, but I'm like, guys, like,
but there's only so much.
It's like a Boston cream donut. You just got to go all in on it, you know.
You just got to go. Yeah. Just go. Just dive in.
Live in the moment.
Know?
Live in the mess.
Yeah. We were looking like Tony Montana, though. We had all this. We had all the powdered sugar all over our face. We're like, well, yeah, that was good. That was good.
Never sample your own supply, man.
No. But I am going to put up some pictures. I am going to put up the first pictures of this year's Semblor, and I'm throwing in a bonus picture this week.
Ooh, yes. Bonus!
I am actually going to go ahead and post this year's first picture of the cherry blossoms in Kungsträdgården.
Wait, this year? They haven't even come out yet.
No, I know, but I'm going to be out early. I know, I'm going to be out. I'm doing it early. I'm going to put up the picture now, get it out of the way. I always forget. I figure if I put it up, if I put it up
a year late, then you can be early and then show everyone, oh, look, they're all out in Kungsträdgården. And then, wait a minute.
I'll just change the date a little bit.
All right, everyone, that is all the time we have for this week's episode. As always, thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure, if we have any new listeners out there, I'm sure we do, go into Apple Podcasts or wherever you are listening to this pod right now. Leave us a rating, a review. It always helps ever so much. Then head over to our Instagram, see what we got cooking over there, and then come back here next time for more 2 Guys, 3 Crowns.